with the shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.
See that? You ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Not in a minute, but like I remember in high school. In high school, you know, say one of the classes I had. I don't know if I've referenced this before, but we had a teacher that we made have a nervous breakdown. So then we had like a permanent. Yeah, so we had like a permanent substitute, and he was like maybe like 22, 23-year-old dude. So he just would like show us classic shit from like that he liked from the 80s. But I remember that was one of them. I don't know if that movie's from the 80s, but I remember that he was like, if you guys haven't seen, he's like, this is why Jack Nicholson's one of the greatest, and this is why. And then he threw that movie, and that shit was pretty loped out, bro. You know what I mean?
And we're in bonus content mode right now, so we can keep it off the rails. And one thing that I was thinking about, like towards the end, it made me have a flashback to the movie that you were in, Nelson. What was the movie that you were in with Nat King Cole's? That was based on Nat King Cole's daughter.
Oh yeah, Nat Cole story.
Yeah, okay,
Living for Love or something like that.
Yeah, and you were like the drug dealer, and like it's a fucking crazy ass scene because like you're like selling her the drugs, you know, in there, and her kid like falls in the pool, you know, and like man, that scene stressed me the fuck out. Like the kid's like drowning, you know, like about to die. They're just getting high, you know, like in the next room or whatever. Oh, man. And then luckily, you know, the maid or whatever like gets the kid like just in time. But man, that was
that was a true account. That was a true story. Because I asked about that, and then and how they shot it. They shot it really kind of went back and forth and stuff. It was very intense. Yeah, how they shot it.
Really fun.
I mean, that's the scene with Teresa Randall, who's from Bad Boys. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence's wife.
Wife.
Yeah. So I did the scene with her. She was cool. She was good. She's not in Bad Boys 3. Too bad.
Oh no.
No, you ever notice that? Like a lot of the women actresses that did these leading roles like 20 years ago, the guys are around still.
Well, I mean, it's kind of. I mean, is it even realistic that marriages are lasting 10 years or whatever? Like,
I don't think they're even married. Well, that was married, but Tom Cruise was going to say Top Gun.
I would say most male actors, like they you know, because when they get elderly, I mean, there's more roles in Hollywood for, you know what I mean, like for men in general, you know what I mean. Like I would say we're barely like, I'd say only in the last 20 years where you've really seen the uprise of like, you know, like women driven, produced, written, you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
same with minorities, right? I mean, there used to be a lot of work for white actors, I'm sure, but now at least we're, you know, everything's getting more diversified. Should be.
Yeah, like you know,
for everybody's included now.
Yeah, I mean, before COVID, right? You know, the Chinese market for the theaters was really big. So like, you know, they started seeing a lot of Asian characters, a lot of Asian actors being casted in bigger roles because they wanted, you know, China sales, right? And like, look at this,
that movie Parasite, right? Like that was like a big one that came like was that I can't remember what, I think it might have been Korean, but it was I mean, they're just getting way more put on the map now.
Parasite.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like I mean, like I feel like in Star Wars, they got the dude who played the It Man. Yeah, he was in there, and then they had another Asian. She was like a B character, right? You know what I mean? But it was a little Asian chick, and you know what I mean. And of course, boom, and they go crazy in China. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like crazy sales.
Hell yeah. That's how it goes. Man, so what movie are we gonna do next? That's something that I've been trying to think about. Which one? What are we gonna do?
I mean, I like, if you want to get lighthearted, dare I say, Wolf of Wall Street. We keep the Leo thing going. Fucking love Wolf.
Come back to back with a Leo Scorsese.
Yeah, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street, Nelly?
Yeah, I just saw it like 3 months ago.
Nice.
Yeah, I was going to watch it.
Right now, when you watch this, you'll see the nuances in Scorsese's film style. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Have you guys seen the movie Boiler Room?
Yeah, no. I saw that long ago. That was good.
You know what's
Ben
crazy
Affleck,
about
right?
it that's the story that's loosely based on the Wolf of Wall Street, because it's like everything that he was doing is like what that movie was kind of based around.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty
It was
sure
after
like
it was after he went to jail and all that.
yeah, and then like I mean, but he wasn't gonna sell the rights to that shit. You know what I mean? Because once he wrote the book, once he wrote the book, and then he
Spoiler
locked
Room has nothing to do with Jordan Belfort. Like his name is never
Yeah.
mentioned or like anything like that.
Yeah, that's tight. I didn't know it was loosely based on him.
Yeah, well, because I mean, everything they're doing is with the penny stocks, you know, and the
Yeah.
shady, you know, practices and all that kind of shit. And but it's showing just like kind of, I mean, not the inner workings of like
Tell
them
me this,
partying
man.
and everything, but they're like stockbrokers from like Long Island and shit or something, you know, like kind of like where Jordan Belfort was like in the beginning. You know, they're not
Piece
on
of shit rugs.
they're not on Wall Street, you know, they're not that, and they're getting like more per sale or something, you know, more per share.
Off Wall Street.
Hey Jordan, hey, come smoke this crack with me, man.
Smoke this crack with me, bro. Fuck, man. And right after he's asking him about his cousin, right? Is it true that you married your cousin? Well, yeah. Yeah, she was my cousin.
Have you seen the Audition? Have you seen that one? It's a Japanese film.
Okay. Where would I find it at?
I don't know. It's one of the it's probably the most trippiest film I've ever seen.
Is it one of those Japanese? Is it a horror movie?
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not like The Grudge or The Ring, but it's a movie where it's kind of like a suspense thriller. Yeah.
Okay.
A sadistic suspense thriller.
Okay.
This woman gets revenge on these guys.
You know, it's another really cool one.
It has to do with torture and stuff. It's pretty disturbing, actually. But
I've said this before, but you know what I mean. But Christian Bale in Equilibrium. I think Mekhi Phifer's on there also. I mean, I forget who the other actors, but really fucking good movie. Trippy, like futuristic, like what's it called? When it's not a utopian society, it's like the opposite of a utopian society. You know what I mean? Just everyone's like programmed and like, you know what I mean? You're not allowed to have emotion. So it's like, and then like, so like, yeah, it's like, so if you show emotion and there's like cameras and all kind of everything shit that monitors you. So like, if you know what I mean? And like little things like art and all this stuff, it used to exist in the world. So it's all banned. So it's like, you know, like there's these, they're like sentinels, like that they're like the police force. And like, and what's crazy is like, ironically, their form of like fighting with guns and shit, it's like an art form. So it's like, even though like they police the world to make sure there's no kind of art or anything that drives any kind of emotion, you know what I mean, any kind of joy or anything, you know what I mean, they want everyone to be flat. And then so when they find these fools, they murk you, like, you know what I mean, like they find a dude, he's just reading a book, you know what I mean, they're like, oh shit, gotta go, man, you know what I mean, like, but yeah, but anyways, it's really fucking trippy movie.
And here's a question that Carl is super
dope action too. Super dope action movie.
He said, "You guys like deep thought like type movies." He said, "What's the real meaning of the Benjamin Button, the metaphors, similes type shit?" You know what I mean? See, I haven't seen the Benjamin.
Okay, here's my thing.
I saw that.
I think, I mean, he's supposed to have some type of, you know, fictional rare disease, right? Where like he started off as old, and what was it like? He started off as like 80. So by the time he was 80, he looks like he's like fucking 12 or whatever, wherever the fuck it was, right? But I think the metaphor for it is that, like, you know what I mean? Like, well, if you believe in reincarnation, because this is what it used to be. That, mind you, this is the Bogart theory, right? That like in the days of like Atlantis and stuff like that, like we could live for a long time, and not only if we passed away, we could reincarnate and we'll remember our past lives. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you're born, you might have all those memories and everything, but then you're in reverse taught. Okay, say mommy, say dad. You know what I mean? Teaching them how to crawl. Like it's like almost they got. You know what I mean? Like that. Now they forget everything because we teach them these baby steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they remember when they first are born because you have those stories of those kids that are able to do certain things, remember certain things, and they've checked it out and it checked out.
And
Remember that kid that he said was a pilot in the World War II?
I mean, that's the thing about, when our DNA, right? They what do they, when they look at the helix, they're like, oh, they have junk genes. What the fuck? There's nothing junk about anything. We just pretty.
Those are the things they can't identify as anything that they can recognize.
Yeah, but what if for all we know, that's like,
call it junk.
So maybe the Benjamin Button metaphor to me is that, like, you know what I mean? Is, we have all the knowledge and you know what I'm saying, but we're, as a society, bro, we're hella primitive still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm too high on that one.
maybe we don't get old. We just we gain more knowledge and stuff, but you don't really get old because it's like this. Think about when you graduated high school, right? And then when you thought what it would be like to be 30 years old, it didn't seem like a lifetime away. Like,
yeah. I mean, I remember when people.
Right?
I remember
but when you're 30, you don't really seem like you're 30. You actually feel younger.
I didn't graduate.
30, right?
I did one of those equivalency joints because I turned 18 when I was a senior, like in November, so I was out. You know what I mean? And then, like, I remember going to the homies' graduations, though, right? And seeing hella people crying, like, oh my God, we made it. And it's just like laughing because for me, I could see the larger scheme of things. Like, this is just 4 years. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when people were going away to college, like, having these big going away parties, then 4 years later, they're back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit goes, you know what I mean? Like, that shit goes by, like, 4 years is not a long time in a larger scheme of things. And then look, then you look at life. Like, what's the average, male American, right? Life expectancy, I don't know, maybe 60 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's being generous. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, like by the time you live, and then when you put it in that perspective, by the time you're 30, you're like, okay, this is like this I gotta start living if I ain't living yet because this might be the halfway point. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, I knew people, let's say I knew, by the time I was 25, I think I knew 10 people from high school that passed away.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, from accidents to diseases to anything.
Yeah.
So, like, and some people never experience that till like their 30s, 40s. It all depends. Everyone's got their own timeline when it comes to.
Well, I mean, it's safe to say that it's safe to say generationally, like your generation, and then even on the mind, like it's just the older generations grew up faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I felt like we were doing way, like my oldest is gonna be 16, right? When I was that age, we were in the hella shit already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the driver's license too. I hear a lot of 16-year-olds don't even have the driver, or even 18-year-olds.
Yeah, that's weird, right? License. I mean, they don't.
What do they need it for?
They don't even have driver's ed.
Because of Uber. What was that?
They don't even have driver's ed at the school.
Really, right?
Bro, they don't even have driver's ed at my daughter's high school. It's like you have to take the course online or go to.
Oh, really?
They didn't have that in my high school either. Like I had to go pay for it. It was like
we had it our freshman year. That was one of the electives you could choose. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, that was freshman year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get your permit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of these kids were doing Ubers and stuff, but now they're 21 years old still doing Ubers.
And Antonio said, "New generation is crazy, Bogart. Do you use that Life 360 to track your kids? What is that?"
Yeah, that's just pretty crazy, bro.
What is that?
Just everything that you can imagine that their thumbprint online. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's something like that. If I remember somebody else was telling me about that shit.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, okay, look at this. As a parent, right? When I let my daughter play online on the Xbox One, you had the parental shit. So I would get all the script of everything that was said to her, everything that she said, you know what I mean? And my girl, she's one of them types, she's hella nosy, so she'd read it all. And then one thing that I noticed, I love that how she always carried herself, like she never said like no bad words, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She carried herself and so because when I think about it now, it's like, damn, my daughter was 6 years old when she was playing online, already playing Minecraft and playing Halo, and you know what I mean? I mean, not Halo, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And, you know what
Yeah.
She was a gamer girl, you know what I mean? Like hella hardcore, but you know, there had to be certain etiquette that I had to make sure I was monitoring because, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Kids is crazy online, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I wasn't doing no online gaming until, I'm trying to think, even if, like, it was before I was 21, I might have been 21 or 22.
The only online gaming
came out.
Yeah, I want to say I was around the same age as you because, like, it was right when I had my first daughter, and like it was cheaper to buy a PS3 for Blu-ray than buy a Blu-ray player at the time.
Yeah.
And so my girl, she had a PS3. You know what I mean, just for the Blu-ray shit, and I'm like, hell yeah! And then you already got one, so I just got to buy Street Fighter 4 because it just came out, right?
Yeah.
And like, you know, I could play, and then Sony was tight because they used to let you play online for free. You know what I mean? That was like how they combated it.
That's
right?
how I combated the Xbox shit. But I had Xbox. So I was like, fuck, I guess I'm
so you had to get the
$60 a fucking year. It was $5. It averaged to $5 a month. Yeah, but still $60 a year though.
Yeah, go to GameStop, buy the joint, boom, you're in there.
Yeah.
And like, and what is it called? So I would be playing, and I'm up all night because we just have a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm playing against like all foods in Japan and shit, and like, you know, all their names was like
because it's like at night, in the middle of the night and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, bruh, I swear, bruh, I used to get so high when I'm like, because you know it was all rankings, and it's funny because like none of it means anything.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, I'm like trying to get my rank up. You know what I mean? And like, you know, people have to accept your challenge. You know, I see who's online. Okay, boom, boom, boom. You know, I put challenges out. And whoever accepts my shit, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, this guy's ranked high. Because if I beat his ass, that's gonna shoot me up. You know what I mean? Then he would just he would disconnect right when I'm about to win. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
That's bullshit.
He's so hot. But then they started docking. Like I heard now they would dock people for that. You know what I mean? But back then it didn't.
It got to a certain time where if you quit, it would like it just counted as a loss for you, no matter what. And Saint, who's a Saint for Garland, said, "My son is 7. I don't let him mic up on Battlefront because people are weird for real." Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And like, and then that was the thing too, was like,
I don't know why people are so openly racist, you know, on that shit. Like, I know that shit, like, that's always the most annoying thing out of anything with online.
Even like in their screen names too, or the usernames, you know what I mean?
How are they racist? I'm not a gamer, so I don't know.
It's all, it don't matter what. You name it, they're saying it.
Yeah, just
just
racial slurs being thrown.
All kind of Hispanic racial slurs and all kind of, you know, N-bombs and all kind of you know, anti-Semitic shit.
Anything
and they're all like 12, 13-year-old kids just going crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's
like the parents don't know what the fuck's going on.
Or their parents are in the Klan and teaching them that shit for all the fuck we know. Who the hell knows? But yeah, I do want to. I mean, now that we can actually buy PlayStation 5s, within the next few months, I know I'm going to get one. Now it's just a little bit more accessible, finally. I don't know what games. It's like WWE games where we can all stream. Maybe that's what does everybody play now that we would even be able to play?
I mean, whatever wrestling game we can all play, that should be dope.
Yeah,
I stopped playing long ago. I don't play anything.
Yeah, I haven't. I
my piano. I do. That's it. Just the piano.
Yeah, I don't play anything either for a long time because like literally I'm just a Street Fighter head. Like I would literally just, and I want to get a cabinet.
Yeah, that was the last thing I played too. Was Street Fighter, I'd say.
Man, I was a couple Fridays ago. I was shrooming at my nephew's a birthday party at the roller skating rink, and they had a Street Fighter machine. I was getting down. She was hella tight.
Yeah,
bringing me back.
Yeah, see, Driver's Ed, and there's even a movie. Remember Driver's Ed movie with
yeah,
the guy from NCIS. What's his name? NCIS guy.
Oh shit, you remember Driver's License?
A Driver's License, I think, or something.
Oh yeah, that's the one, bro. Where he was supposed to go on a date.
But with Corey Haim, right? And Corey Feldman. Yeah, Driver's License.
Yeah.
Or License to Drive.
License to Drive. There you go. And then the mom. I remember the mom. She's pregnant and she hella eats ketchup on her mashed potatoes, which I always thought was weird. But it makes sense. But it's weird. Like it makes sense. Like people like putting ketchup and dipping ketchup.
Oh yeah,
fries in ketchup.
Ketchup on mashed. I did that like maybe twice in my life. I remember it. I don't like it. I like it on French fries though.
Yeah, right.
I've never seen this movie. I've never seen this movie, but it's both Corys that are in it.
I think
Bro,
so.
it's so funny. It's such a classic. Yeah, because like he's trying to get his L's, so he's gonna take this broad out on a date, and she's like, you know what I mean? It's crazy that like she's like she's willing to go out with him type of shit. You know what I mean? So like he gotta go, but then he fails the joint, but he still takes the card. But he tells everybody he passed though. You know what I mean?
All right.
Oh, that's what it is. This is PB and waivers, okay? But he changed the name. What's the significance of the name change?
Which name?
Oh, so it's like was it Saint Garling? But yeah, his screen name used to be PB and waivers or peanut butter.
Oh, the screen name.
He used to, but see, I've seen him change it before because before PB and waivers, he was like peanut butter and something.
Yeah. Oh, no way. Carl said Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince was the driving instructor.
Oh, yeah, he was. I remember.
Yeah. He's like, don't spill. He's like, you don't spill my coffee.
Oh, and he said it was Heather Graham, whoever you guys were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Young Heather Graham. Damn, she was a kid.
Who was that roller skate girl, right?
Yeah.
Boogie Nights.
I think she was also in one of the Austin Powers.
Oh, yeah, the second one, right?
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
Like, of course I shagged him. She's like, I just thought, do what you would do.
I shagged her wrong, baby. Why don't you go shag fat bastard again?
He was all
about that. Elizabeth Hurley. Was the other one Austin Powers?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, Elizabeth Hurley was so bad to me.
Yeah,
and with the accent too.
Man, I tell you, Mike Myers was like the late '90s, early 2000s. He was unstoppable.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it was the Austin Powers thing, right? Because like by the time he got to the third, it was so fucking ridiculous. But like, you know, he had like Beyonce in it, and he had, you know what I mean? Like it was.
Oh yeah, right. He did too.
You know what I mean? Like it was. By the time he got to the third one, it was a whole franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Right?
He kind of went out on top because he just kind of disappeared at his height.
I mean, I heard he's like a real dickhead. Like nobody, like he's like one of those like I'm a thespian, like you know what I mean, like you know what I mean, like he's like a real asshole. Like and also apparently like recently Dana Carvey came out and like kind of threw shots because it's like that was one of his characters he always did, like when they were writing shit for SNL. The Dr. Evil in the voice and the you know what I mean.
That was Dana Carvey's character.
Yeah, and Dana Carvey wanted to play. He said, "Hey, bro, you know what I mean? Let me be that character in the movie." And he was like, "No," you know what I mean?
Oh wow, I thought they were buddies. No.
I mean, this is like some shit he came out recently and was saying.
Damn.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
His head got too big after Austin Powers, man. Turned into a megastar.
I remember when he was next to Kanye. They were like, I forget. They were talking about something about Katrina, right? They were like, it was like some relief shit. They're like, oh yeah, about and they're asking Mike Myers, and Kanye's right there, and Kanye just goes, yeah, George Bush, he don't like black people or something like that. And Mike Myers was like,
yeah, he was. I remember that.
Oh, Michael Myers, he was like, why am I standing right here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that. That's true too. That's accurate account. So I don't know about this. Alan said, "You spill my coffee. You spill my coffee."
Oh yeah, that's from the movie.
You do, you pass. Okay, and Corey Haim.
That was his whole thing.
He said,
he's driving. He's like, oh, you know what I mean? Uncle Phil's hella big too. You know what I mean? He has the coffee and shit. Oh shit, that movie's a classic, man.
He said Uncle Phil slams on the brakes and the coffee cup spills, and Uncle Phil says, "You're lucky it was empty."
And then there's some creepy shit too. Remember the old man? He's drunk. Oh yeah, you gotta watch it, bro. It's just funny.
The old school, man. What was that, like 88, 89?
Yeah, I mean that was one of those ones I watched like when I was a kid, like and you know maybe like the older cousins, and just like, oh, bro, you gotta watch this shit. It's hella fun.
Older cousins.
Yeah. So my older sister, right? She's 9 years older than me, and then her generation is the deepest in my family because my mom she's one of 7 sisters and there's 7 brothers. It's 14 of them, so I got hella cousins. You know what I mean? And like, but her generation got the most of them. You know what I mean? There's like 8 or 9 of them motherfuckers that I can think of off the top of my head where they're all in the same range. But so I they always I was that annoying little brother that went everywhere with them. You know what I mean? Or like just on those movie nights where because that's another thing too. We're Filipinos. You have like a whole wall, like a bookshelf, but it's all VHSs of movies that they rent movies and dub them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you just got everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll have a tape. It'll got all the Rockies on it. You know what I mean? You'll have, and then they had a fucking what is it called? An index, like a journal there.
Yeah.
So they had all the movies and shit. Shit was legit. We would always all day that. That's how I went down. I got into slasher films, like all the '80s slasher. All the Freddy Kruegers and the fucking Friday 13th and like we just sit there and watch all of them, bro. All the Chuckies.
You watch a string of horror movies in a row, then you're messed up at the end of the day. Do it like a marathon, right?
I mean, and then,
dreams.
Yeah, and then we would watch you always had to watch it. You had to watch it with something like you know what I mean. You had to go watch like some Disney shit or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Before you went to bed, right?
Stuff after and motherfuckers try to act like they scared. I remember, you know what fucked me up, bro, was The Exorcist, because I wanted to watch it. Like they kept telling me, you don't want to watch this shit, bro. And I want to kick it. I'm like, then my mom comes in like, he wants to watch the movie. Like, we're watching The Exorcist. Like, what? So you don't want to watch that? I'm like crying and shit. I remember I regretted watching that shit with them.
How old were you?
I was 7 years old.
Crispy said that he got taken to go see The Exorcist when it came out in theaters, and he was like 6 or 7 as well.
Crispy?
Yeah.
Well, Crispy's our dad. He's like 55 right now.
Yeah.
55. I mean, he really is, all right. It was just his 55th birthday.
56. Yeah, he turned 56.
Oh, 56.
But 55 forever. He's just gonna be 55
forever.
55.
He's got a few years on me, but Crispy is Crispy the elder up in here then?
Yeah.
He's
hey, I was gonna ask you guys. I thought about this last night. Who's got the most airtime? Because I see when sometimes I go to in the daytime. I'll go in and out of your stream, right? Crispy's there all the time. Is there anyone that battles him for chat time?
I mean, Derek's always in there.
Marty.
Yeah, I mean, Emil.
Those are the big 3, huh?
Minnesota Marty,
Antonio, Sol,
Dennis.
We got a bunch of people who are in here all the time trying to rival. We got
chaotic.
Yeah, a lot of smoke sessions go down.
Oh, so you had some solid guys. I know you always have at least like 15 to anywhere from 15 to 25 solid.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because it goes crazy during the season, but this is why we love the ones that really rock with us, because during the off season and we do fly shit like this, and you know what I mean, like or even just
Derek in the house right now.
Yeah, like Derek, he came on and whooped my ass in some Jeopardy the other night.
Yeah, we did
allegedly
football Jeopardy.
And you know what I mean? And Derek is, you know what I mean? That's what's kind of tight because he we really rock with him. You know, he really rock with us. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah. And we're getting close. We're 90 days away from the NFL season. So yeah, things are about to pick up here. I know I'm actually gonna start working on some redraft rankings for IDP and stuff. So yeah, we're actually things are gonna be changing in motion here. Crispy said, "I'm just here to keep order." Yeah,
you know what I mean. See, here's the backstory that I made up. See, Crispy, right? When he was working for a lowly $3 an hour, he was like, "Man, I need some extra money on the side." So he used to go to the sperm bank, right? And so now the movie is Crispy. He's really all of our dads. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And he said that's one of the reasons why he almost doesn't want to come in August. He's like, "Man, you motherfuckers are gonna try to collect back child support."
I mean, we got to get him in there first. Yeah, you have to get him to admit he's him. Hey, you're Crispy? Yes, I am. Boom, you've been served. Fuck it, damn it.
Yeah, PB and waivers. He's always in here as well.
PB waivers. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people who are just regulars on the in for the smoke session. So yeah, I mean it's a good group of peeps that we got in here. It is just like a big community, big family, fantasy football degenerates. But I think weed brings us together. Degenerates. A little bit more than everything.
Oh, we're straight degenerates for sure. Like, and that's who we are. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. This is not in any way. Am I saying this to offend anyone? Because this is just actually a badge of honor. All those list of names you just named, they're all degenerates, just like us.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to all
just like us. Spies like us.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm telling you though, that Wolf of Wall Street, I'm down with that next. Or I'm down with Matchstick Men. Because if you guys haven't seen that one's a trip. This one's a trip because it has a psychological aspect. It's Nicolas Cage, and Matchstick Men is a term for like finessers. You know what I mean? Like scammers. You know what I mean? Like, and they pull scams on motherfuckers and get money out of them. You know what I mean? It's so many layers, and it's just one of those. It's a heist movie, and it's all of it.
I want to do some kind of weed movie. We Grandma's Boy is really the only one that we've done from the weed genre.
I mean, we got to do the classic Half Baked, but you got to do it.
It's Half Baked, yeah. I know that one.
Yeah,
Half Baked, How High. I mean,
and actually, I forgot we did do Cheech and Chong's next movie, so those will be the two weed movies that we've done so far.
Up in Smoke.
I mean, I love that movie.
I love that one too.
Is that the one that you did there with Cheech and Chong?
Oh no, we did next movie.
I'm biased. That's my favorite one.
Next movie?
Yeah,
it's the second one. It's the sequel.
Oh, okay.
Because that's my favorite one because he also plays the character Red, and Red's just a nut. Like,
yeah, and that's always been my favorite one. And I actually talked to Tommy Chong for maybe 3 minutes. And I made sure to reference that movie, and he chuckled at my reference. So I felt like, yeah.
And you know what's dope is that there was a video that Hess sent where he was filming what was going on, and you and Chong are behind him, and you could hear you referencing it and him laughing.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Right? The camera just caught it. Because Hess would have to be recording right there.
Yeah, Derek said Half Baked 100. I mean, Half Baked was the first. I mean, that's really the first weed movie. I feel like I watched that.
And Nelly's gonna get high.
Oh, I missed that.
No, Nelly's gonna get high for
it. Maybe I will. I don't know.
You know what you should do? You maybe get your hands on some of those some gummy bears because they're 5 milligrams each, so you could just eat 1 or 2 of those and you'll be awesome.
Yeah,
you'll feel awesome. And I'm telling you, maybe even just one.
What's it kind of trippy though? Maybe I'll just do the weed.
Pineapple Express. That's another good one, Derek.
Oh, I'm down. Ooh, especially if Nelson hasn't seen them, which is because I always get a kick out of Nelson watching the movie.
It's Seth Rogen.
He was busy making movies.
Yeah, it's Seth Rogen's team. That Seth Rogen and James Franco are the.
Oh, they're funny. Seth Rogen.
Yeah, they're and this one's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. When did that come out? 2008, I believe.
Yeah, Rosie Perez is in there. She has she plays one of the antagonists, the side. The right hand man,
Rosie Perez.
Wow. Yeah, she plays Oh yeah, let's see who else is in that. And not Anthony Anderson. What's his name? Craig Robinson, Danny McBride also in it. Oh yeah, fucking Gary Cole is in it. He's Ted.
Oh, that's right.
Ted Jones.
I was hella trying to remember his name.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that movie, I remember watching that in the movie theaters, and we were like, all right, every time they smoke, we're going to smoke. And we just had a little hand pipe in there. We're kind of sitting in the back. And so we did a lot of smoking, during that movie because they're smoking throughout the entire movie. And
yeah.
it was fun.
It opens up he's mobbing, like, and is he twisting up when he's mobbing? Oh no, he's already lit up. He's already got one lit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Right in the beginning of the movie, like he's he's like smoking joints while he's driving around. If weed is not legalized and yada yada. But I remember
we've been rolling through Electric Avenue, and we're gonna take you higher.
Old school. That's 83.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This person in front of us, it took her the courage the whole movie. And was like, hey, can me and my friend hit that? And we just let him hit it. It would be funny.
Hell yeah.
Funny story. And
I remember when we watched How High. So when I was in high school, we went to, and I'll never forget it. So we had this homie, he was a Mexican cat, and we called him Modesto Ray because he was from Modesto. You know what I mean? And like he would introduce himself like that. Like he immediately like took on the nickname. He's like, "Oh, what's up? It's Modesto Ray." And so I remember I get a phone call, and like out of all the homies, if you could probably look up how high it came out. But I think I might have been a sophomore, right? But out of all the homies, I had a cell phone. You know what I mean? Because we was already getting down. You feel me? And then so this number calls me, and I'm like, "Hello, who's this?" And he's like, "It's Modesto Ray." I'm like, "Oh, what up?" And he's like, "Let's go watch How High." I'm like, "Hell yeah." You know what I mean? Because we didn't have no car. He had a car. So, right, he comes
this was when the movie came out?
Yes, when the movie came out. And so we go to, I've referenced this before, too. It's called the Great Mall, right? That's like a mall out that way. So we go to the Great Mall. And it was the first time where it was like, we're all in there with shit. And like, but everyone starts burning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, shit, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I remember I had a little. We were hella ignorant. During those days, we used to drink 151. So I had a bottle of 151. We were sitting there getting loaded, and like it was just like, wow, this is fucking tight. Because I didn't go to Half Baked in the theaters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was like in 7th grade.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, Pineapple Express.
He was like in mid sentence.
Yeah, Pineapple Express was that movie for me that I saw in the movie theaters, and smoking it up and all that. And PB and Waver said White Castle. Yeah, Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. That was a classic one. I think that was
who's in Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express. That's James Franco. And
that's what you mentioned before.
Seth
Who's
Rogen.
in White Castle?
So White Castle is. Who is it? Cal Penn, John Cho.
John Cho, I know the name.
He plays. See, it's crazy because I don't know him from any other roles besides American Pie. He's the Asian dude who's like, "Chick's a MILF."
That's where I know John Cho from.
Yeah, he was. I mean, a lot of super random stuff. But Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
Neil Patrick.
Let me see who else. Yeah, I mean, a lot of random people doing a lot of random cameos. But that's a funny, another funny weed movie, and it's like they're on a mission to get to White Castle, is what it is. But a whole bunch of crazy shit happens along the way.
What's White Castle? That's a place?
Yeah, burger joint.
Oh yeah, okay.
I guess they don't have any they don't have any White Castles in LA. It's more of like an East Coast thing. They have a couple in Vegas now. So I think this is as far west.
So were they doing a road trip to White Castle, or is this like?
Well, so initially they say there's one like a half hour away, but then that one's closed down. Then they have to get to another one that's like an hour away. So it's only within an hour or so. But it's a whole bunch of crazy shit going on.
It sounds quite simplistic.
It is.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Wait till Bogart comes back, but I got to bounce. I got some work I got to do. Get started on it off. I'm gonna be up till late, so.
Silver screen, emoji picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really lit this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.